Metal scholars. I don't know if you guys had the opportunity to look at the masks and analyze the new masks, but they're pretty rad. When you look at the Download Festival performance, these masks, they tell a story. They help you better immerse yourself in the Sleep Token universe. They go from anonymity to archetype. The original masks, or the masks of the past, they were about hiding the identity. But even in Arcadia, something is always shifting. The masks have become death masks. How about those veils? I see them as ceremonial chains. Those robes, they're like priestly garments. We're watching a funeral rite in motion. And I think the shift is powerful and deliberate. They're no longer masking themselves to disappear. They're embodying sacred roles. They're stepping into the myth, and it's too big for just flesh. Every visual choice, when you look at the stage and you analyze the robes and everything, it takes you back to House Veridian. The color palette, deep green, gold, it's that solemnity of movement. They have the motto, the house must endure, through the masks, through the robes, through the sound. Even after Arcadia collapses, the ritual continues. The band became the priesthood, and the show is the sacrifice. What's up with the veil? It traditionally separates the sacred from the mortal. The veil covers a skull. It's a reversal of the unveiling. We're not preparing for the divine. We're being shown that the death is the only sacred thing left. These aren't just performers now, they're martyrs, and the stage is the temple. How about the Espera girls? Well, let's talk about the backup singers. They're veiled women, like a trio, and they sing, but they aren't just vocalists. Think of it as a ritual order. Their masks are jeweled and intricate. Their chains resemble sacred relics, like an ancient chorus of fate. Very similar to Dune, to the Dune series. The Bene Gesserit order, secretive. It's prophetic. It's a sisterhood. And the weapon, what's the weapon of choice? Their voice. The Aspera trio, they influence emotion, tension, and atmosphere. They don't lead the ritual, but they guide it. How about Vessel? If you compare like Sleep Token to the Dune universe, Vessel is like Paul Atreides. And like Paul, I think he doesn't really want the worship that he receives, but he knows that in order to ascend, you must endure. So in a way, I think it's all about prophecies. Sleep Token new masks are not just uniforms. They are a ceremonial armor. The veil is not there just to hide the ego. It's there to bury the ego. The skull doesn't symbolize death, but it makes it sacred. You're no longer watching a band live on stage. You're witnessing a myth or a mythological system, a system of symbols. Again and again, night after night, the house must endure. The prophecy must be unfolded through music, through lyrics, and Arcadia must fall. This isn't just a look, it's a warning. The future might not be so bright. The future might be veiled. And somewhere beneath that veil is that skull. So Vessel is chosen, right? But at the same time, he's tormented. He didn't just seek that power or that devotion. It was thrust upon him through visions of sacrifice, isolation. So it's similar, like I said, to the Dune universe, to Paul Atreides. He becomes the voice of the prophecy, right? I mean, the rhapsode is constantly suffering under the weight of worship, of loss, the loss of self, actually. Does he have dreams of becoming a messiah? I don't think so. But at the same time, he knows that the prophecy is a prison. It's kind of like Sleep Token performs some type of like sacred music. Each song feels like a bloodletting ritual. He's not just the prophet, he's the sacrifice of the prophet. The other members of the band, people don't really talk about them, but they are part of the ritual, right? They're part of this larger movement. They are extensions of Vessel's myth. They don't speak, they don't break character, they are anonymity made sacred. They're not the Messiah, but they are the ones who turn prophecy into action. The most interesting thing is that the masks suggest that they've already died to self. I mean, the self is gone. That's the ingenious part of it, because they're portraying themselves as martyrs, not as musicians, because they're like, okay, the self is gone and is lost because the mission is bigger than this, bigger than the ego. If vessel is the flame, then the other members are the incense. They're ethereal, ever-present, sacred. And that does it for me, Metal Scholars. What do you think about the new masks, the new production, the stage? What do you think about the download show? Please let me know in the comments below. And as always, music is what music does. I'm signing out. Bye now.